All right, well, my next guest, let's bring him up here. This is so exciting. He's a talented writer and comedian and thinker of things. He's formerly involved with AdultSwim.com and formerly involved in The Onion. And he's got a new book that we're going to talk about. He's my current guest, Joe Randazzo, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect timing.
Thank you. That's from the best.
That's what it's all about, isn't it, in this racket? Well, listen, Joe, you are the kind of strapping young fella that could only be produced in the great state of New Hampshire.
Uh-huh.
So congratulations
Thank
on that, living free. I certainly try to be free and live free and do things of that nature. Congratulations are in order to you because, as I understand it, in a few days you'll be celebrating a birthday.
Yes, I will. Wow, yeah. Yeah, That's true, March 28th. That's my birthday. How did you know that?
March 28th.
Yeah.
Coming up. You'll be 36.
37, I think.
37.
Yeah.
You think?
Yes, 37.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes it's tough on those. But I remember 37 well, myself. You have a great year ahead of you. I was renting a flat in Providence, Rhode Island, and thank you, auditing classes at Johnson & Wales, and dating a very buxom painter. And she would paint these marvelous watercolors of cats and pizza. And you know, all different kinds, sometimes ordering it, sometimes delivering it. And she would do this thing that was just a sweet thing, as people do, probably these two do it, and I don't know what your situation is, Joe, but she would paint little secret things, little parts of my body into it, like the great Al Hirschfeld would do with his daughter, Nina, and you'd have to look, oh, there's Nina 3 times. But it turns out a lot of my body resembles piles of scattered cheese.
Oh, wow.
So it was wonderful to be there.
What happened with her? What happened?
College did not work out.
Yeah.
Did not work out with her. But Joe, how are things going with you?
Things are going pretty well.
Yeah?
I'm my wife, I have a wife.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Good.
And her birthday's May 19th.
No. So we'll celebrate that too.
Yeah. And I have 2 sons as well, and they currently live up in Connecticut, almost in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
We're still married, and I'm still their father, but I'm working here during the week.
Oh.
So it's a little bit of a grind to do that.
What do you take a train?
Sometimes I take the train, sometimes I drive. I have a 1999 Honda Accord that just passed 250,000 miles on my last.
That's great. No, that's wonderful.
The check engine light went on, and I said, I bet I hit 250.
Yeah.
But the dashboard doesn't actually light up, so I had to wait till I got to the next rest stop, and then I checked, and just passed.
Did you see it turn? That's always.
No, I didn't get to.
Oh, that's too
dark.
bad.
Yeah.
That's too bad. You wish they had dashboard cameras or something.
Yeah, something
so you
that could
could
capture
relive that kind of excitement for you.
Yeah.
And you have something planned. I meant to ask, do you have something planned for your birthday? Is it going to be a big celebration?
No, I don't think so. I don't like to celebrate too much, you know.
No, sure. Keep it on the down low.
Yeah, just a nice quiet thing.
Yeah, have a steak and a drink by yourself someplace.
Yeah, if possible.
Yeah, I know what it's. I know, man. You have a great. Were you well liked as a child, Joe?
No, I wasn't. I lied a lot.
Yeah.
I was a big liar.
Yeah.
Actually, my friends, most of my still close friends are friends that I had growing up in the great Granite State.
Yeah.
That you referred to earlier. So they're friends that I've had since 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, and every summer we get together and we just reminisce.
About the lies.
About
all the things
lies.
that didn't happen,
Yeah,
Joe?
it's mostly a chance for them to call me out on all my lies, year after year.
And do you have a favorite birthday gift that you've ever gotten?
So hard, there've been so many of them. Well, this is not technically, it's not my birthday, but Jesus'
We've
birthday.
already established that you're a liar. It could be anything.
One Christmas, my grandmother I think her birthday's in June, but this was Christmas. Gave us all placemats.
Yeah.
So each of the grandkids got one placemat for Christmas. And that was memorable. I mean, I don't remember. I know I got other better gifts, but I don't remember them.
But so you have to enjoy that gift and probably a meal. You have to assemble Voltron-like, each bringing your own placemat.
Each placemat had its own power. One could deflect liquids. One was easy to brush off crumbs. The other one washed easily.
Yeah.
And then we all came together for one meal. Yeah, one time. But then there was the fire, so.
Oh, it burned down? Everything
Yeah,
burned?
I don't want to talk about it.
No problem. We'll go over it. I was once enrolled in a Sock of the Month club.
Yeah.
It's a little underwhelming. Same kind of deal.
How long does that last? How long does the membership last?
4 or 5 years.
Oh.
It just kept getting more underwhelming as it went along.
Was it set up like Columbia House or something? You remember those?
Yes, I do.
Pay a penny and you would get 30 CDs, and then you're supposed to buy a CD every month for the rest of your life, but you never would, and nobody could do anything about it legally.
Yeah, company went bankrupt.
Yeah, they went bankrupt.
Yeah, but that's how I got my Billy Joel CDs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Crash Test Dummies.
Oh, yeah. I had that CD as well. There were other good songs on there, too.
Yeah, I thought they could make it.
Too.
Yeah. A distinct voice.
Certainly
He'd
did.
probably be in the top 12 of American Idol.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It depends.
Yeah, we'll never know, I guess. Now, you have a great book that we should talk about. But first, I want to thank you for something, because, of course, you spoke out very eloquently after the Charlie Hebdo stuff that happened, the tragedy, the tragedy, and that was beautiful. But I want to thank you for the meaningful stuff that you wrote about the original host of The Daily Show, Craig Kilborn.
Yeah.
My goodness, that was moving stuff, man.
Thank you, yeah.
A real tribute to Craig.
Yeah, he was tall, was what I mainly focused on.
That was it, wasn't it? Yeah.
That was the main thing.
His main appeal.
Yeah.
Well, it was. I feel like people are excited about it, and we'll go check it out.
Well,
check the links. We'll embed it.
You're going to embed it?
I'm going to embed the link.
I sometimes write a column or two for the Daily Beast, and they wanted me to write something when Jon Stewart announced that he was going to retire.
Yes.
And so I wrote it about Craig Kilborn, imagining, if you guys can bear with me for a moment, that he had been the host for the entire run of the Daily Show.
Right.
What would have happened? And I asked the editor, like, is this too mean? He's like, no. But then everybody who read it thought it was too mean. Because it's like, Craig Kilborn, like, why do you need to, there's nothing going on with him. Why do you need to bash him?
Yeah.
But it was meant to be an indirect reflection on how much Jon Stewart has influenced our
Absolutely.
culture.
If you read it carefully, you saw that.
That would have been there had Craig Kilborn done it instead.
I was there with you. I didn't find it mean. I got the commentary that you were doing, and it was brilliant. And now you keep writing, which is great. I think don't ever stop. But you have this book out this is the first time I didn't get a chance to read. You were going to send me a copy, but then you showed up with it. And so I didn't get a chance to read, but you got some heavy hitters in here.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Funny on Purpose. And you got John Hodgman in there.
Oh, yes.
Ghost of Joan Rivers,
Yep.
Judd Apatow. So what is this book about? It's a how-to book.
Yeah, it's sort of a how-to. Sorry about this. I hope this isn't going to show up on the podcast.
No, it won't show.
My throat.
It won't show.
It's kind of a how-to, sort of going through various, you were talking about how you got into comedy and how you sort of like took that step to say, well, why don't I at least try improv? And that's something that I've found too, is that like everybody can be good at improv. Everybody can be good at stand-up, but it takes a certain kind of, dedication and focus, and you have to think about how you're presenting your comedy and how you're channeling it. which is something that I think you do really well that a lot of young people could look up to.
That's certainly what I hope. And it is kind of a template and a guide. And my plan, which I have talked about a lot on this program and through many of the youth seminars that I do around the country. But my plan, of course, was always meet a lady in the desert, start a little act together, sing some lousy clubs in San Francisco, argue about having children, get a divorce, move to Los Angeles, start catering, take classes at UCB, and then start a podcast in a former public bathhouse along a Superfund site, and look how it got me!
Yeah.
Look at it! That's success, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm sorry, maybe the next version of this you can put that in.
Well, that's actually the same thing that Jack Handy did. And he's one of the guys I interviewed in here.
He's great,
that was
too.
the same exact rap.
Yeah, it's very common, I'm sure.
Yeah, or a lot more common than you would think.
Yeah, and it really will be a great benefit to young people.
I hope so.
Old people probably not so much.
Depends how much they've got left, but if they feel like they want a little bit of an insight into...
No, their moment has passed, Joe. Let's just get on the scooter and just live out the day. Enjoy a sunset. Have a cheese sandwich or something.
Why not look at the sunset while reading an interview with Joan Rivers and reflect on their own mortality?
Well, maybe some people will do that. I hope you sell books, don't get me wrong. And now you left all this stuff behind. Thing X was something you were involved in, and Adult Swim was something you were involved in. The Onion.
Yes.
Just cast it aside.
Yeah. None of it was good enough for me. There's always the idea that there can maybe be something better.
Yeah.
So rather than see if that's possible, I'd rather just take myself out of life altogether. Because the risk of failure is too high.
Sure.
Listen,
I feel it. But you're going to do some events for the book?
I don't know. I think we'll do some shows.
Sells itself.
Yeah. We'll do some
Go
shows
door to door,
with some of the people like who have I interviewed? Tim and Eric in here, and Paul F. Tompkins, and Weird Al. I'm going to try to do a few different shows with some of the people who are in the book.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But not do readings or anything like that, because I don't think, and I don't know if you've ever done a book reading, but I don't think there's anything more depressing than a book reading. Even the best book reading is one of the worst things that you can do as a group of people. Snooze-a-thon. Big snooze fest.
Yeah, snooze
But
fest.
we may do a Google Hangout reading or something.
Well, now you've got my attention.
Yeah. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to be with people.
That's wonderful.
You don't have to hang up by the cookie plate. You can
it
just
always
sit down.
works exactly as you expect it to.
Yeah,
Everybody's technologically at the same level. That's wonderful. Well, we'll also embed the link to that Google Hangout in this episode. That'll be wonderful.
Where are these things all being embedded?
Just have confidence that these things will be embedded somewhere.
Okay. A lot of time.
And when does this come out?
May 19th.
May 19th.
Which, does anybody remember what May 19th is? My wife's
There
birthday.
There you go. That was nice how you brought it back to that.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be a very special celebration when you show up with your own thing on her birthday. Very thoughtful.
It's paying for all her hats. The lady can't get enough hats.
I understand. Well, thank you, Joe, for being here.
Dale,
Joe Randazzo, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Joe, stick around.